What up, everyone? This is Exo, or known as Bonsai, and I'm just going to basically be talking about, the kind of frustrating type of, you know, bringing up Cyberpunk. I know everybody's sick and tired of hearing the word Cyberpunk. They probably hear the goddamn word Cyberpunk in their dreams, but it's just I'm just having I'm having a blast, but I'm having a hard time with the game. And, meaning having a hard time is, there are like, parts here and there. It's just like, it's pretty damn buggy, like, it's just a lot of buggy parts. And, man, dude, it's just really, really frustrating because, I've had the game crash on me, like, I think once or something like that, and then like the game basically froze, but it was able to go back and track. And I was just like, okay, it like ruins my like experience in a lot of these moments. And I'm just like, yo, they could have made this game like so goddamn legit, but I just felt like the developers were just they were basically pressured so much to the point that they basically released a game that was just, you know, just just I don't know, man. It's missing a lot of things. This game is absolutely missing a ton of things in this game, and I just wish they add a lot of these ton of things in this game to make it so much more better, and just captures my immersion. You know what I mean? And if it's a game that you know it's not going to be worked on with these extras that are thrown into this game, I'm not going to be really really invested in this game. And if there are things that they're going to re renegotiate of what things they want to put in this game, like really interesting things like side games, or like side things, or more side missions where NPCs you can talk to, and then they give you like interesting cyberware, or like something that they can add into this game, and save it. And right now it's just basically going like really really bad. It's just, it basically ruined the reputation. But the thing is, the reputation can be fixed if they can figure out certain things here and there. I wouldn't mind if they fix the whole game. And even if they do fix the whole game, it's just missing a lot of things that I just wish that was in the game. Like, I wish that my character would have a fully mech skeleton, like. And I don't understand why a lot of the NPCs have all these cyberwares on them, and yet I can't put any of like these cyberwares on me. Like, I basically killed like so many freaking enemies for freaking one weapon, and this one weapon cyberware is basically the rocket launcher. And I'm just like, why can I not add any cyberware that basically changes my appearance? And there's just a lot of cyberware that just doesn't change your appearance, and that's like one of the flaws of this game. Like, that's one of the flaws. Like, you can literally look at your character and then be like, oh, your character is like this, it's like that. But this game is pretty buggy, but it's not as buggy as Fallout 76. It's not as buggy as Anthem. It's not as buggy as that new game of Marvel, because that new game of Marvel is just, it was just so bad. It was just, I'm not going to get myself invested. I just watched the videos of it here and there, and I'm kind of glad I did not get myself invested in that game, and I don't want to jump into that game, because it's just, they just basically want your money in that game. And like Anthem is kind of like, it's just, it's pretty damn beat down. And the thing about Cyberpunk is just it can be improved. Like this game could be improved. They just have to get like legitimate people to add some things, just to make the consumers just a little bit more happy. Like even in the PS version and then the PC version and the Xbox version. And I already know what's going on. Like I've heard all the news. I'm not gonna bring it up. But it's just yeah, it's not as buggy as 76. And Fallout 76. I remember when I was at my friend's house and I was playing that game. I just couldn't stand playing the game. It was painful. It was just so painful because I felt lied to in that game, like extremely lied. And when I mean extremely lied, like it was supposed to be 10 times the goddamn detail, and the detail in the game was just non-existent. It didn't grab my attention, and the story of the game was just it was just so bad. I didn't like the story. The story was just really really bad. And I was just hoping that I could play the game. There'd be missions where my character would just die with one shot, and I could not escape out of this mission because every single time in AI there was just a whole group of enemy enemy goddamn freaking AI. They were all shooting at me, and one shot basically killed me, and it was like a freaking glitch. Then there was another glitch where the ghouls are just like literally doing freaking cartwheels and shit. Then there were just a glitch where the materials I could not even grab. There were just so many glitches in that game. I was just like, I cannot play this game. Like I literally spent one whole day playing the game, and I was just like, yo, I cannot play the game. And my friend basically told me that he completed the game, but he didn't like the story. He was not like really immersed into the story, and it was just an absolutely buggy game. Like the game would crash, the screen would literally turn to like goddamn freaking boxes. The whole map would just turn into freaking boxes, and it was just so bad. And then Anthem, I've seen videos of it here and there. It was just like so not so good. There were just so many bad games that just came out. But this game is just got onto this hate train, and this hate train is not going to I don't know, it's not gonna disappear. It's just really really painful to just literally watch this game go like real hard. And the thing is that I'm just like, yo, my my brothers-in-laws, they basically said, man, the story is really cool and this and that. And I was like, yeah, did you run into the bugs? They're just like, yeah, we ran into a lot of bugs, but nothing that's just like a game breaking, nothing that's just like really crazy, but yeah. And I was playing like Destiny 2, and the whole gameplay of the game was just so damn narrow. It never grabbed my attention in the game. It was just like, okay, and then I literally jumped into the sections of the game where it's basically telling me that I have to put money in this game and money to do this, money to do that. And like I haven't been playing this game that much. I haven't been playing Gundam that much because I'm just so much more invested in Cyberpunk, because it's just like Cyberpunk is just such more of a blast, and I run into a lot of interesting things in the game. And this game is just absolutely like really awesome. Like there's just a lot of things in this game that's just really awesome, but it needs to be improved. You know what I mean? Like it needs a lot of things. The developers need to listen to the gamers, because if developers don't listen to the gamers, they're just gonna lose the will of the players and the player base, which is pretty damn freaking bad news. You know what I mean? And of course, the developers, they're probably like sweating, they're really exhausted, and having to get back into the game and fixing it and doing this and doing that. I appreciate that. Like, not too many people appreciate that. They're probably gonna say like, oh, fuck you developers, you made a really shit game. You made this and that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that to the developers of this game. you know um but man, it just pains me because, man, I would have loved to literally been over there, like, in the 8 years in their goddamn hype train. You know what I mean? And then I wish I was there to tell them, like, all right, this needs to improve. Don't launch this game at this specific time. I would have told the CEO, like fudge you or this and that, and he probably would have fired me. But it would be best for the effort of players. You know what I mean? And the thing is that imagine if someone was waiting for this game, and they're going to die. Like real life, they're going to die, and their final wish is to play Cyberpunk 2077. Like, let's just say their final wish is to play that game. They can't fucking play the game because it's just their game would freaking break. They can't play the game because they don't have the money for a goddamn freaking console. They can't freaking do this and that. Like, man, it's not cool. You know what I mean? It's not cool to just do something and just lie. And lie to the player base. That is just really, really bad. Really bad. It gives me a very dissatisfying, salty taste in my tongue, and it's just, my tongue is just all over the place, and I'm just, it just, I don't know, man. It's just very, very, very painful. I love it, dude. I love this game. I just love how everything works. It's just missing. It's just missing a lot of things. You can say like, oh, you love the game. You would have sex with the fucking game. I'm like, fuck yeah, of course I would, because I'm really invested in that game much more than a lot of these games, because this game basically helped me stop paying money to buy fucking loot boxes and fucking games, because I'm much more invested in this game because it's much more interesting. It's much more this and that, and having to play a game where I don't have to invest a lot of money in for a single player experience, I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy. That's what makes me really happy. And I know that's what makes a lot of players happy, but it's just having them do a whole sort of transaction type of thing for online multiplayer is just not the way to go. I hope they don't have a whole freaking bullshit loot box system in this game, because if they do, this is going to be a 0 out of 10 in my theory, and that's going to probably be the only way that the game would only break me. Like, literally, if they do that to the online player experience, that would be stupid. But the thing is that I don't think this game should have online experience whatsoever. I don't think this game is ready for it. It's not ready for it for like another probably like 2 years from now. That's what I'm thinking. And seeing how this game is running on the PlayStation and the Xbox, the series, it's just, it's not cool, and the thing is that majority of the time I'm basically playing, the whole campaign, and there are just parts where I'm just trying, and I'm trying to use my weapons and this and that on my character, but I cannot use my weapons because it's just literally glitched, and it basically gets me killed. Like, just imagine you're trying to do a whole playthrough, and you just feel so good, and then the game just crashes, and when you get back into that crash, you die, and you're like, what the hell, man? I was hoping to actually beat this boss, without even dying and shit. I'm just giving you an example, and it's just, these crashes just happen randomly. It's just, it's not specifically, but these crashes is just, it's not fair for the player to just like suffer through. And for PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, you should get your refund. Like, I'm straight out, like, you should get your refund, because it's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful, throwing you under the fucking bus. You know what I mean? They threw me under the fucking bus, basically, and I jumped into the PC version. Imagine if there was a dude who was in real life, like in the military, in the sea, like in the Philippines. You know what I mean? Like, if there was a dude in the sea in the Philippines, and he's doing his hunting these pirates in the sea, these Somalian pirates and this and that, and he goes back into the States, and having to play this game, and it would basically frustrate the guy. Like, what the fuck? Now I can't fucking, play this game, and, I did my service in my country, and I come back here, and I'm playing a fucking broken ass game. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And it's just, it's not fair. You know what I mean? It really isn't freaking fair. There's just a lot of things that a lot of people are running into this world. I mean, there's 100 million consoles, and for 100 million consoles per person, for each of those consoles, imagine how each one of those people feel. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a little bit too much to absorb, too much for you to get yourself really fulfilled into. And that's the thing that's like really, really frustrating. You know what I mean? And the story of this game, it's gotta be saved. You know what I mean? It's one of the best stories I have ever I've ever played. You know what I mean? I basically, jumped into the street kid path, and that story is pretty damn cool now. Like, I'm basically jumping from here and there, and it's just, there are just some things in the game that just blows me away. You know what I mean? It just blows me away. Not too many people is not gonna be blown away by it, but they just need a lot more improvements. With improvements in this game is possible. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a goddamn freaking modders, modders can help you out. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a developer and you're listening to this, modders can actually help you out. But it's just, you just have to find like better solutions. And if you find better solutions for making the game far more better and improve it, go for it. And they have to figure out the whole statistics for all the PCs, and they have to figure out how a lot of these PCs work, which is very difficult, as a matter of fact. And I'm just don't understand, how could they mess up? How can they mess up with certain things? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the companies online, pulling out freaking PC games were able to pull out like some games just flawlessly. I mean, like some games like the Grand Theft Auto series games, they just pull that game like flawlessly. And you know, they would have some bugs here and there, but not just like a lot of bugs. You know, when Anthem came out, that game was just it was just painful. It was just real painful to watch players watch it. Like I literally went to what's the goddamn freaking thing? The stream or something like that. And when I was watching the stream, I was like, well, I was just, you know, not really, really invested in watching like more of it because it was just, it didn't grab my attention. But the thing is that you know people are just suffering it through this game, and you know the story is what grabs a person's attention. The the visuals is what grabs people's attention in this game. And you know, like I remember when I was playing Fallout 76, like the enemy was literally having sex with the fucking goddamn door. I was like, what is going on with it? And it just basically like died on the door. It was just so goddamn hilarious. And I was like, okay, you know, free kill. And in Cyberpunk, it's just like the AI are just literally halfway into the ground, and they're just like talking to me, and I'm just like, what's going on over here? And I'm not BSing, but there was a bug with the drone mission where I died on. I did not even mention, but it was basically Jackie was he had like a head as a gun. Like his head was a gun, but like his gun was like through his head. And I was like, why? And then he passed his gun, which his gun is like a chip of a pistol, and he hands it to me, and I was like, what? And I guess that specific part, you know, it was just like, it was really awkward. I was trying to figure out why that bug was even there, and it was just, you know, small funny bugs, and yeah, man, they're going to work on this game. You know, it's going to take a while. You know, a lot of people don't want to wait, which is understandable. But you know, I have like other things to do, and when I do have the time, I do just hop onto this game and you know, focus on, you know, life and my company and this and that. And you know, it just very it's just very funny. You know, it's just funny to just see things like that. Now, there are a lot of games that I played that just, you know, just had a buggy mess, you know what I mean? Like, man, I remember, like, Dead Island, I remember that game was just, like, really buggy because, like, I remember the enemy bosses just didn't die, like, they were just mad bullet sponges, and then your guns would glitch and this and that. You would glitch the map. Then there was like Sonic Adventures, I think, something like that. I remember that was like way back, and it was just like it was such a bad, it was such a bad experience as I remember. And it was somewhere like in a Dreamcast or something like that. And what other game? I think Far Cry 2 had like a lot of bugs. And I was playing it with a game my friend basically gave me. I remember I was just basically like chilling in a locker room, and my friends were just like talking and this and that. And my friend, he just like literally handed me Far Cry 2. He's like, yeah, you can play this game, you know. I was like, oh hell yeah. And I basically played the Far Cry 2, and it had like a lot of bugs, like really bad bugs, to the point that, you know, the game was basically, you know, unplayable in certain parts of, you know, the game. I was like, yeah, this game is just so bad. And I never did complete the whole campaign of that game. That was just like insane. And yeah, man, oh man, I just I just don't understand. There are some specific things in Cyberpunk that they need to add. Like they need to add a lot of things because all in all, if they don't add anything, the game is just going to feel like a very big empty cup. And I want the cup to be filled with milk, and I can just like drink up the milk and be like, goddamn, that's some good old milk. And then I want to dump some cookie. You know what I mean? I want to dump some cookie in this goddamn milk. But it's just I feel like I got a cup and I got a cookie, and I literally dip the goddamn cookie in an empty cup with no milk in it. That's how I feel when I'm playing, Cyberpunk 2077. The story is so good that I'm just like, goddamn, you know, I'm just going to eat this cookie like by itself, and I'm just going to like basically ignore the bugs of the game. And I imagine people literally playing this game and having seizures and goddamn freaking PlayStation because of how really painful your brain can take up all that space, all that stuff. It's very hard for your brain to absorb a lot of the things in the map because of the frames. They need to fix the frames in this game. I'm not BS. They need to work on it. They need to work on it to the point that it makes it, playable, where the frames are, you're able to, make the frames viable. In my PC, I'm basically playing like 30 to 35 frames per second. Sometimes I can reach 40, but that's when I'm basically like literally in a room. But when I'm out of a goddamn building, I'm reaching like 25 frames, 20 frames, or like 15 frames when I'm going really fast. And that's another problem. Like when you're driving with your car, you're literally dropping your frames like real badly. And when I mean real badly, your frames just your game just can't, your CPU can't handle the speed. Yeah, I mean that's just like the funny part. And I like the whole type of cars for sale type of thing. It kind of gives it kind of like a new type of feeling. I really love the games. They have a whole variety of games in this game, and that's what makes it really interesting. Then you have a whole variety of like really hard opponents, and then you have like very easy opponents. Then you got like psycho killers, which is really cool. And like hunting down psycho killers is probably like my favorite thing. And I don't know why, but I feel like another thing that's bugged is I can't link my track job. Like I really can't link my track job to the next cyber killer. And the thing is, I have to go around and look for this cyber killer. And like I'm not sure if that's a bug or not, but I just want to find these guys. I've only been able to find like 3 cyber killers, but I was able to do all the missions for the Dolomane mission, and you unlock a a cab. So it's like a really cool thing. So I was able to unlock the cab and make some considerable amount of money. And you can mad speed run that thing. You just get like some money like really quick. But there's the vending machine type of thing where you can literally make profit off of the vending machine and craft specific items. But it's just there's a lot of things in this game that it doesn't tell what the player is supposed to do. And the thing is that when you're playing this game, it's not an easy game. It's really hard. It's like a really hard, like it's a dark, it's a very dark, hard game. And you know, if you're just a regular player and then you're playing the game and this and that, it's going to give you a really hard time when you're trying to combat enemies. And I just love the feeling of throwing in some hard, and I was able like basically play through the whole campaign through hard. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of glad I did not put the game on very hard. But I'm probably thinking about doing that in my maybe my nomad path, but I don't know. But this game just is missing things. It's missing a lot of things, and I hope they put a lot of new things in this game. I hope they actually put a lot of new things in this game, and if they can add a lot of new things in this game, people are going to come back. People are going to come back into this game and be like, man, that's really cool. I want to adopt a kid. I want to adopt a kid in this, real world. And you're gonna be like, oh, you don't have a child in this now. I'm like, nah, dude. Um, the thing is that it would basically throw the like immersion. You know what I mean? It'd make it very immersed if you can literally do something like that. There's so many things that you could have done in this game. Like imagine you were able to adopt a kid and take him to your your home, and you basically tell your kid, all right, here's a chest. Go over here in this chest, pick up the food that you basically grab through your missions, and you basically feed your kid. That would be cool. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be a really, really cool thing? But no, it's just, I don't know, man. They need to add things. They need to add a lot of things. You know what I mean? A lot of things. They just need to make the world just a little bit more alive. And the NPCs in this game is just, like, come on. I mean, only like goddamn freaking 2 lines. Like you can't even have, like four sentences for your AI, and that's like kind of like an easy addition to add in this game. I mean, like adding extra lines into the AIs is, I know for a fact that's not a big problem, because they can go to their goddamn freaking data folder and add more lines to their goddamn freaking AIs, encrypt a code in the game where they're able to add more things. There are so many things that they can add in this game, but they just want to do the simple things. They just want the easy way out. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. That's the problem with this game. And I don't think they should get a easy way out of this game, because people basically struggle to play a good game. But if you want the company to just basically get like $0 and this and that, you want them to suffer this and that, that's basically wrong. I mean, like they were struggling. I mean, these developers, you don't know how their whole life is, this and that. And just struggling, trying to please the consumers and try to get a good name for themselves. It's just, it's not easy. I mean, but man, dude, like, I see a lot of developers online just like, man, they could have like fixed that, like the developers just like laughing like, man, they could have done this, they could have done that, they could have fixed this, just adding a little bit of a change on that, file or that data, or the pop animation for for AI to completely come back pixelated. I was trying to figure out the goddamn word, but it just takes time for like certain AIs to pop out its textures. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's just, man. I can't believe I'm actually playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually happy that I'm able to play this game, and you know, probably think I'm a sucker, but fucking, I don't care, whatever. But hey, I'm not gonna be playing a lot of Gundam, like, now and then, but like if I do play Gundam here and there, um, I'm not gonna be doing like constant videos here and there. But what I do, I'll try to just add some things. I'm just more into the game wise on Cyberpunk, because I'm just basically obsessed with the game. But hey, but yeah, they need to fix a lot of things. They need a huge, and when I mean huge, it's gotta be massive. Like, it's gotta be massive. And if not, their stock is going to drop, and then their bank accounts are going to literally be filled. And what I mean filled, with false identities, where their account's going to basically want them to pay back a lot of these refunds, which is not a good sign for the developers and this and that. And let's just hope that they can just keep their word. If they can literally keep their word from the game not dropping, then it'd be a good idea. But for this one, they're not getting a freebie. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's gotta stop. You know what I mean? Like, game development where the game is just incomplete, it's just gotta stop. It's not fair. It really isn't fair. The thing is that just waiting so long for something like this. It's just crazy, And the thing is, right now, like online, it's basically a big type of kind of like a whole theory. Like, everybody's talking about it and this and that. Not everybody, but the people who are into the whole gaming criteria, and just having the investors, just having to invest in a game like this is just crazy. My father's had to deal with a lot of investors, and these investors, did everything they can to invest money into the company. You know what I mean? And I find it somewhat successful and somewhat not successful. And the thing about investing and investors, it's like gambling. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know if you're gonna get a good card or you're gonna get a bad card. And that's the problem. They basically got slapped on with a really bad card, but that card can literally switch around in the next round. It can fix it. Like, I'm 100% sure that they're going to fix certain things, and if they don't fix it too really fast, man, it's just going to be literally a huge, like, spam fest of memes. And I'm gonna probably be one of those people who's just going to be freaking memeing and shit. And I just love doing freaking memes. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. dude. Man. What a pain. It was supposed to be, 2020's most anticipated thing in the end of the year. And then it just feels like a mad drastic slap to my face, to be honest. And it just, god damn it, dude. I feel bad for console players, man. I feel really bad. Like, this really sucks. And good luck, you guys. Take care. See y'all later. And enjoy your day, dudes.